What's up, guys? Goose here, man. Coming back at you with another video. And before I get started, man, if you haven't done so, make sure you subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up, and also ring that notification bell. Click all notifications. Otherwise, you probably won't get any notifications if you don't do that. YouTube rarely sends videos out anyway. So if you don't click the bell and click all notifications, you probably won't get anything. So make sure you do that. So Saints win 34-31. They improved to 9-2 on the season. Panthers fall to 5-6. The Saints have a 4-game lead with 5 to play. So the NFC South is almost, guys, locked up for the 3rd straight year. Hey, like those apples, Falcons fans. The Falcons lost yesterday. They're in last place. We got them We got them Thursday, but I'll get to that in another video. Anyway, so the Saints win 34-31. They got out to a 14-0 lead. Looked like the Saints were going to have, I wouldn't say a blowout victory, but it looked like the game was going to be a little bit close, a little bit. I was going to say, when it was 14-0, I thought, the Saints win by 10 points. Panthers will never threaten to take the lead in the game. That's what I thought, but the Panthers did threaten to take the lead in the game late in the game. They missed a field goal after a pass interference call gets overturned. Pass interference wasn't called. The Panthers were lining up for a field goal. Then Ron Rivera throws a challenge flag. It gets overturned to a pass interference call. And then the Panthers had a 1st and goal situation. They weren't able to get in the end zone. Then they tried that short field goal that was missed. So the Panthers kicker missed 2 extra points and a field goal. He was responsible for 5 missed points. And if he makes those, then Saints lose. So the Saints were very, very lucky to win the game yesterday. So I'll be first to admit that. Saints were very, very lucky to win. Hey, but you know what? Rather be lucky than good. So Saints start off the scoring with a 26-yard touchdown run by Latavius Murray, who I thought should have gotten the ball more late in the game. There was a key 4th and 1 call late in the game where the Saints didn't give it to him. I just think he's a more bruiser back than Kamara. If you need 4th and 1, 4th and a half yard, I think you need to put a fullback in there, run it with Murray, and just get your first down. But the Saints, I don't know. Sean Payton just continues sometimes not to run the ball in key situations. So Traquan Smith had a 13-yard touchdown pass from Drew Brees, make it 14-0. And at that point, it looked like the Saints were going to maybe have a 10-point victory, stuff like that. But then credit to the Carolina Panthers, as DJ Moore had a 51-yard touchdown pass. PAT was missed. It was 14-6, and the Saints come back and get a 41-yard field goal by Wil Lutz, make it 17-6. And then the Panthers, they just owned. After that, they just owned the rest of the quarter. 41-yard field goal by Joey Sly made it 17-9. And then right before the half, the Panthers had 4th and goal. They decided to go for it. Instead of kicking the field goal, they get the touchdown as Christian McCaffrey was wide open. Touchdown pass from Kyle Allen. 2-point pass conversion was not good. And going to the break, it was 17-15 Saints, but the Panthers had all the momentum. But then the Saints, to their credit, they came out and they scored touchdowns from Jared Cook and Michael Thomas. The Panthers had a field goal and a touchdown run by Christian McCaffrey. So the Saints led 31-24 going into the final quarter. In the final quarter, DJ Moore had a 2-yard touchdown pass with 9 minutes to go in the game. They knotted up 31-31. Neither team could get any offense going to the last drive by the Panthers. They drove all the way down the field, and like I said, they get that pass interference call. So then they had a 1st and goal, and then they are unable to get in the end zone from that point. Then they tried that short field goal, like 26 yards, 20 yards. I forgot what it was. It was under 30, and he misses it. And so the Saints had, I think they had one timeout. And they drive all the way down the field in 11 plays, 65 yards, 1 minute and 56 off the clock. So, and Wil Lutz kicks a 33-yard field goal. So the Saints survive. That's all it's about, surviving in the NFL. Win or lose. When you win or lose, that's all it's about in the NFL. It's not about style points, not about stuff like that. Win or you go home. So Drew Brees was 30 out of 39, 311 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 pick. The Saints only ran the ball 18 times. That's too much of a difference. 39-18 in a game that's close. It should not happen. But Sean Payton does this from time to time where he just continues to want to pass the ball. Instead of getting to Latavius Murray, who had 7 carries, 64 yards. That's a 9.1 yards average if you're keeping count at home. So he should have definitely got the ball more. And the Panthers were a little more balanced. Kyle Allen threw 36 times, completed 23 for 256 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks, and they also ran it 29 times for 121 yards as a team. As Christian McCaffrey I was really afraid of him running the ball. The Saints held him in check. 22 carries, 64 yards, 2.9 yards per rush. Saints held him in check on the ground. Now, through the air, Christian McCaffrey had 9 catches for 69 yards, 7.7 yards average, 1 touchdown. DJ Moore had 6 catches, 126 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So, so the Panthers, they probably should have won the game. I mean, I'll be lying. I'll be lying if I say that they. I'll be lying to you if I said they should not have won the game because they had the ball down there. They had that short field goal that they missed. But who knows? Saints could have gone there and got a field goal instead of the halftime. But my point is they had a 1st and goal and they couldn't get it in there for a touchdown. And so the Saints win 34-31. They move on. Thursday they play the Falcons. If they win that game, they win the NFC South for the 3rd time in a row. So hopefully we can get a victory Thursday night against the Falcons. So so I have a video on that out short, man. Like probably next day or two, because since that game's on Thursday. So short week for the Saints, short week for the Falcons. So both teams have a short week, but the Falcons are at home. Falcons were at home last week, so they don't have to travel. Although the Saints don't have to travel far to Atlanta, it's only an hour flight. So it's not like we have to travel cross country. So Atlanta's not a far flight. This wouldn't have been a far flight for them. If they had to travel here. So it's not really a big deal. I think the travel wise, usually sometimes when teams play on Thursday nights, they have to travel cross country. That could be a problem. But for the Saints, it shouldn't be an issue. Like I said, it's an easy hour flight from New Orleans to Atlanta. All right, guys. So the Saints win 34-31. They improved to 9-2, and with the Green Bay loss, the Saints are number 2 in the NFC, right behind the San Francisco 49ers, who we play coming up very shortly. All right, guys. Have a great one. I'll talk to you later. And who dat?